communicate and trying to get each other better, and you can totally see that. The older guys and the young guys, they're working together, and those are things you can't manufacture. You gotta harness and demand that from the guys so that they can all be on the same accord. The ball snap, it's either all 11 is on the same page or somebody's not there, and usually that's where the issues. But so far, man, we've been learning a new system and some things. There's a little bit of that learning curve, and to the guys' credit, man, they've been great.
What do you hope to see out of the spring game? What's on your checklist?
I think just sound execution of our mechanics and fundamentals. We're always stressing the technique, but the technique is a byproduct of your fundamentals. If those things are not lined up, it won't be a sharp look from the execution side. So we've been just working on just a little detail, the footwork, the eye discipline, and those things, and that'll. Those are some of the things. And of course, the max speed, we got to be flying around, and that's what we're looking for to see and grade that part.
What's it been like seeing Caven just develop this spring?
He's hungry. We're always trying to like guys to remind them to be hungry and open about us to push him and develop. And he's been thirsty and hungry for it, and he's been taking it. And to his credit, is really starting to show a little bit of that progression in his development.
Talk a little bit about the intensity and physicality. I mean, we've definitely seen what feels like a ratcheting up of intensity from even last year.
Well, we're talking about regiment. All right, we have a certain regiment that our guys are starting to hone in on now. The biggest component is the physicality. That's just not a slogan. It's not a gimmick. And if you would hang out with the way our guys are training and constantly moving, there's a certain way that we're doing it, and those are things we'll never deviate away from, and we'll continue to push the envelope as far as demanding them and challenge them. And so far, they've been accepting of the fact that it's good, it's not good enough. And so our regiment is really starting to settle in the culture and the way we're doing things, and we'll continue to do it that way.
At this stage of spring ball, what's keeping you up at night? I mean, is there anything that in particular you guys are worried about, or is everything feel smooth?
Well, as a teacher, like any teacher in the country, you're always trying to find ways that you can improve your teaching so that the guys can resonate and able to cultivate and hold onto in their development, because at the end of the day, this game is the minute you think you've arrived, you'll be humbled. And so as a coach, you're always trying to find ways how you can challenge and also inspire these young men to be better than they were yesterday. And that's a two-way street. As a coach, as a teacher, we're all in there. So there's never a day off in your mind. You're always constantly looking and finding ways, looking at your organization of drills and your daily plan, so that you got to make sure that these guys you're constantly hitting on the major components that are going to be critical in progressing their development.
We won't get to talk to you next week, but Jalen's going to be in the draft. What is it going to be like seeing his name being called?
That's how fast time goes. We always remind these guys that this is a critical moment of their life. They're here at college to get that education, but also adding meaning behind education by being involved in community service and doing internships. Football is just a small window in their lifetime, and for a person that's been in there, I always share my story about never taking for granted an opportunity to build that profile. And for those guys, it just flew by. And we're going to miss their presence, their personality, but I think we got some young guns that are ready to take up arms and step into the role. So for those guys, we'll be looking out for those guys as they play this game beyond the scope of college, and they deserve all those things, and they worked hard. Jalen, it was a big part of our group in the last couple seasons.
Coach,